Hello everyone. So we're at the last BBC Narnia adaptation. So this one I have no idea because it's the silver chair. So I only know a couple of bits and bobs like Caspian being older. So all of this is going to completely, if this is going to be like book accurate, really interested to see what this version is like. And yeah, we'll look at book two film comparisons as well at the end, yeah, because I reckon there'll be a good collection. So yeah, there's Eustace and the cousin. They'll be more in the forefront, and if Casimir's coming back, then cool. But yeah, because even if this is like the second to last story, we'll still see how climatic it is, etc. So yeah, I'm really interested. So, yeah, I got it ready. Headphones 2, and then it will go in 3, 2, 1, go. And then, oh no, the map. It's all well and good. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going in, with like no expectations at all. I just yeah, it's just yeah, we'll really have to see how this goes. Yeah, because even some people made fan trailers as if this was going to be like the next adaptation, to which yeah, but with this one plus the final battle, I think that's what the last book is called. It's dramatized. What a interesting credit. Dramatized. What would that mean? Like the actor, the director for the actor specifically, dramatized. It has a what term? Oh yeah. So looking at like the material, so that's probably Eustace's cousin being talked down, and then she is speaking back to everyone. Could they be the mates, but they're all arguing, like especially against her? Oh, I've completely forgotten the name. Even from that one-off named at the end of the modern trilogy. So this is most likely a school. Although yeah, she's definitely off, and yeah, the rest of them stopped thanks to a teacher, I presume. Is that Eustace? Yes. Being called by Grub. Oh yeah, because yeah, that's the surname, isn't it? I think. So they don't really like this school at all, and I feel like we'll call her the girl for now. She might be more on the forefront. But yeah, I'm also going to watch this and see how the modern trilogy would have adapted this. But we'll see how it goes. Hide better. I think you're already in a good hiding spot. This is like a greenhouse. Sorry. Yep. So they're just running without much cut. So yeah, because considering how long this is, yeah, 2 hours 30. The last time I read it, yeah, it's gonna have it will need a very good pace to cover all sorts whilst being engaging. So they somewhat get on quite well. They're like two people who can't fit in the school whilst also being family. Also, now Eustace has talked about Narnia, your dragons, animals, enchantments. So I think Eustace is probably slightly younger than the girl. So yeah, the actor's like really like sending the idea, but she's like, nah, magic doesn't exist. So I feel like it's a bit too on the nose by being like, oh, I wish I could go there, not, stay at this school or whatever. So that means that, well, the next Narnia adventure help them settle in the school when they come back. Is that what is going to be the setup? So I think they're just being quiet to hide. So, okay, so was she trying to mock him by saying, oh, draw your own way of teleporting there? Okay, so they mentioned him. So as I was going to save them two from the bullies then, despite trying to communicate on Earth. Or could opening the door lead to it? Guess we'll wait and see. So they'll talk about this later, that door never been unlocked before. Oh, now something's happening. So is this like a door to the outside the school? Wait, some random unlocked door that allows you to leave the school. That's not very security guarded, I suppose. Now they're in Narnia? I don't think so. There might be. Because there was like a change in transition, so maybe it was. And also, it's like there's all sorts of ways to go to Narnia, but a lot of it is just teleportation. Oh my gosh! So Eustace just fell, but Aslan's just managed to save him, making him float in the air. Okay, so I think they are in Narnia now. I think. Although, how far is he flying? Why not take him back to the girl? So now he's vanished, and I'm not sure she saw Aslan, because if she did, then she would have been like, oh my gosh, a lion that can talk and is floating Eustace. Is she trying hard to believe? Is that what's going to happen? Oh no, I think she's generally like upset, probably. I guess because is it because she's just been left on her own and Eustace just gone floating and just doesn't know what to do? Is that what was happening? Anyways, Eustace is still floating. Now she's left on her own, so is she just gonna have a wander? Is that what's going on? So that's already because you must be like searching for Eustace right now. I think that sounds like the right thing. Could this be a story about how Eustace and the girl are trying to find one another? So now she's a tad stunned, but a bit stunned by Aslan being a talking lion, but I think thanks to Eustace earlier, she's easing into it. So they're talking about drinking. Is this like a test? What's happening? I hope she's pretended because wild water is not good for you at all. Also, to be thirsty enough to go for a river, I guess. If it's Narnia, then I guess it's fine. Maybe the water's cleaner. Who knows? That's because. Well, it's because of you, Aslan. Oh, okay. So I guess Aslan's just wondering how it happened in the first place. Why were you showing off just nearby a big cliff? Okay, now it's saying, so yeah, he's just floating. What's his doing? Why does it just refer to you just as the boy? Aslan knows his name, surely. Oh, what's going to be the task? That'll be um cool. Anyway, what's the name of chair characters? Rillian? Sorry, all that research is making me miss the plot. So is this oh yeah, so he's another prince, isn't he? He might be this Lillian I just come across, unless oh no, Lillian is that sounds like the good character, especially from the end of the modern trilogy film. Seek this lost prince. Okay, so just finding a lost prince around the area. Okay. Oh, so she's a bit stressed out, so she's forgetting these details then. Okay. But Aslan is trying to be reassuring. Yeah, a guide here, that's handy. Would that be the older Caspian? Okay, so they have a destination 2. Okay. Okay, so writing on stone as well. We'll see what that is. Okay, so she's asked to use that name when seeing him too. Yeah, I suppose that will help this new prince become like familiar with the situation. So she's trying to clarify the task. I kind of find this handy because I have no idea what this story is like. So okay, I feel like yeah, it's quite. Sounds like a bit of a over convoluted plan because yeah, Eustace has to come across what I presume is like the older Caspian, but they also must but she must find um the lost prince, and then do the both groups then make their way up to the north to the to the stone with the right writing, etc. Both signs, okay. Sorry, still here. Just had to fetch something nearby. Yeah, so this is probably the longest time I've been quiet, but I think a lot of it is just now this moment right here is just oh, there you go, now she's floating with the green screen. It looks like a blue screen actually because she's almost like covered by a blue filter. Although I quite like this drone shot, it's moving away from Aslan. Like imagine seeing Aslan from that far, you'll be like, what is that creature? So Aslan is probably, well, no, like if the princess lost then. But hang on, why is she play? Yeah, getting placed in a random area because this lost prince could be anywhere. Yeah, I wonder what the Beverseas are up to at this point. Finishing education, I'm not sure. Also, this is after the Second World War, right? Unless it's, I'm not sure. Which says she's been floating, and okay, so yeah, I think he's just I don't know why he wasn't like placed back with the girl because that's a bit, yeah, I'm a bit puzzled with that. So he's just gone off elsewhere. So now he's found a civilized area, as he would call it. Oh my gosh, it's the Dawn Treader. Um, is it coming back to land? Is that what's going on? She might be getting placed next to the nearby the castle somewhere. Okay, now she's facing Eustace. Okay, so just doing all of that first. Okay. Oh, it's an owl. Okay, so that's why he isn't like relieved that she's fine with him. Wait, what is he trying to listen to? He's not. He's a bit far from everyone. Okay, so she's tried to update Eustace of what she's been told by Aslan. And I suppose Eustace has acknowledged a plan, but just trying to focus on what's ahead. Okay, so if this king's like an older Caspian or something, he's on a boat. Yeah, I need to stop assuming it's Caspian because we don't know yet. It could be on the Dawn Treader coming back to this castle or something. Or the owl's probably going to jump scare them both from behind. Oh, there's also like a man in a suit, but it's a good suit once again. Although I feel like the wings are CGI in the way they were just folded in. Why go for your surname? Oh, is that the same castle once again? So it's just you can see the person's eyes within the mask, but never mind. So we've got a couple of characteristics from this owl. We'll see what more of its role will be like. Oh, the king is Caspian then. The 10th. Yes, so that's him then. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think they missed the first sign because of the owl distracting them, and then maybe used it did take too long. Like sitting listening. Maybe that yeah could be either. Well, actually no, it's not framed as the owl's fault, so Yeah, although Eustace missed the first sign, but he wasn't like. Oh wait, no, maybe she was like, you know what could be these four signs. But anyway, so they just come across, you know, like a member of the king's staff, I suppose, and I think they're just trying to find a way to get to the king. Well, Caspian, of course. Don't mention the Lost Prince. Okay, why? Oh, so that's how Earth is described. Okay. Yeah, because unlike the Prince Caspian era, you know, these are, you know, humans that are living amongst Narnians, so yeah, we do see quite a different status quo. Although seeing the Dawn Treader, I wonder if it's going to implement, like, carry over the sea theme. Oh, because he's on the move, but what will the others then do? Will the owl just, like, take it away to fly, etc.? Oh, okay, so they just settle in the castle, and that's fair enough. Yeah, they were sent by Aslan, and there's nothing contradicting that statement then. Okay. Oh, he's going to come in. Oh, yes, this. So they've had supper, okay? Oh, only a second. Okay, so that's how time works. Okay, so that's at least clarified. But he just seems to have like a negative viewpoint on Narnia. Like, granted, he wasn't acknowledged much in the last film, but I guess he never got over it because, you know, he was complaining about the ship and then there was dragon form, which somehow didn't make him go into, you know, like a frenzy. Um, but you know, they just going back to the quest. And what are the other signs? So if Prince Caspian is like the first one, then I'm kind of interested to see what the other signs are. Oh, they're already working it out. I bet the fourth sign is, I don't know, like a way to the castle at the north or something. But anyway, he's just looks like he's had enough, so he's just gonna go off to bed, as he says. Yep, so I think they're just gonna have an overnight sleep, okay? Oh, I hear knocking. Oh, I thought it was that kind of knocking. Yeah, it's the owl at the window. Yeah, I suppose he wasn't allowed in. Feather 12, was that his name? Oh, it was a odd transition, you know, because they had to go from a person that's jumping from the window to then animating the owl, or almost animate it. So now they're told to leave the castle, probably through the window, and now she's going to have to go to Eustace to then get out and get going with the quest. Oh my gosh, he's right under the back of the owl. Wait, hang on, I thought the owl said get the other human, unless they're gonna fly to the side of the building. Like, gosh, like Eustace must be far away bedroom wise. Unless it is just, you leaving Eustace behind for now, but they didn't discuss that part. Yeah, how many flying creatures is all of these characters ridden on? There's loads of them. So it looks like still night time. What was the owl's real size in the book? Because it's human sized here, but so, but they found a area to land within. Oh gosh, this looks like, I don't know what that was. I thought it was like a forest, but no. Oh, they're into the cave. There's a load of eyes. Okay. Oh, place of other owls. Is that what's happening? Oh, Eustace is here. He must have been transported in his own time somewhere. Unless he did come along. I don't know. I didn't see him on the owl's back too. Mr. Glimmerfeather, is that the name of the owl? Okay. Right, I'm just gonna let's see how this pays after the quest. Oh yeah, mention the legendary voyage. Okay, so the voyage was a tale that was told all over. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, because I nearly said, you might want to mention the Dawn Treader, but if the story is famous, then yeah, it should be fun. So talk about how he should be. How he needs to meet him. So that's it. Gonna try and change position. Yeah, I just need to lean on something. Yeah, see if this works. His lost son, so is it Caspian's son then? So owls are wise in this world, okay. Islands, the same ones as the Dawn Treader. So search for Aslan. So Lost Sons is this Lost King looking for Aslan too? Is that what's happening? Okay, they're closing their eyes to picture something. Alright, what will they picture? I'm gonna go back to the original position. Oh, I need something to lean on. Oh, are those the main kings and queens? And I said they're other royals? Although no, there's about 7 of them. So no, they can't be the Pevensies. Oh my gosh, it's a snake. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what snake would that be? Because there's a green and yellow snake. I remember seeing the image of, and it has like a vaguely different name. I'm gonna try to quickly find out actually. She's gonna scream. Yep, also. Oh, there you go. She's fainted from shock, I suppose. I think the bloke's gonna see the snake as well. Green snakes. Green tree python. Probably not a boa, so it must be a green tree python. Oh, I see. So she's remained fainted at a point where, um, oh no, the snake actually got her. Oh gosh. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be researching. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm not doing well with these, first time watching recordings. Yeah, because other than finishing this off, it could be I have like a couple of other film recording ideas, but I think we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, we're still on to the film, so this could be like a flashback, or is it like flash forward still within the flashback somewhere? Because it's like a glow to the scene. A creature in the woods. Oh, a power referring to the snake, of course. Whoa. And yep, still in the flashback. Oh yeah, of course, it's them too. Okay. That was saw just then. Okay. Is that Philip the horse? Ooh, who's that? Oh, also, is this oh yeah, because oh yeah, he's the prince that ends up missing. So is this gonna? So this flashback explains how it got missing in the first place. Is that what this is all about? Oh, the woman just disappeared up behind the tree. Yeah, in a way that's quite convincing. Okay, I wonder why he was so interested in the first place. I guess a couple of like surface level reasons, but who knows. Anyway, he's just having a final look, and now he's gonna go along. Yeah, I guess we'll see who this woman was that popped up behind the tree. So the prince is gonna try again. Okay. Oh, and now they're trying to find the prince. So is that how it got missing then? Okay. So does that mean the prince is with this lady then? Okay. So it looks like that. So yeah, if it's Caspian, the 10 years already been through a lot. So he's just, I think Caspian's just clarifying that. Oh, I definitely could go for him because I already lost two family members. So okay. Oh, there's mentioned a serpent. Okay, it's all gonna pop up again. How does Aslan know he's still alive if he's missing? The White Witch, like that White Witch? Oh my god, if she's gonna come back, that'll be. I'll be really interested to see how that goes. Oh gosh, only Eustace is awake. Looks like going in a flashback has made her sleepy. So yeah, Eustace is just asking how more ways to make their way. So okay, so the owls are gonna help fly these two. Is that what's happening? Yeah, because they're these two different owls compared to the first one we saw, I think. So they're both riding owls. How exciting! Also, yeah, this Narnia book, so it's specifically a duo of kids. So that varies, the dynamic and the feel of this story. Okay, so you have the store. Oh, okay, so now they've landed. I quite like the look of this shot. It's like an interesting grey. Okay, who lives? Wait, is this Aslan settlement? Oh, surface of Aslan. Okay, you want to see what this surface is like? And that's someone with a lantern. Oh yeah, lantern with a stick. Okay. I suppose it can go further areas. You can see how a lantern on a stick might be handy. Oh, so the owls are off. Okay. Leaving the kids behind. So I think the owls are like going to make sure he's out. With the kids being acknowledged, now they're off. Okay. Alright, so that's those two names. Okay, so there were different owls. Okay. So just talking a bit about the setting. Is it bedtime as well? Um. Okay, so they're just hoping that no floods etc. happen around this area, to which okay. I felt like they didn't really say hello properly. Although I think they have somewhere to stay for the night. I think. Okay, so now she's just woken up. So she's just. Sorry, nearly dropped. Oh, yeah, good DD player this is. Okay, so they got changed again. So they explore a bit of the area. That's the guy with the long stick again. Yeah, so just making their way to him. Might want to pick up the pace. There's a prince missing. that's the kids get to dress nicely, but not him. Hope he can function. Needed to protect them in that. That's. Oh my gosh! I think that's Tom Baker. Oh my gosh! This is. So yeah, he stopped being the Doctor in 1981, 82. Okay, so they just to fetch Whitewood. Okay. Oh my, yeah, yeah. They none of these adaptations. Like I'm not like the best actor expert, but I don't really recognise anyone. When watching these adaptations. But there you go. Got a familiar face. Yeah, because Tom Devika would be he wouldn't be an A-list actor. He probably would be like BLC because he may be a very famous version of the Doctor, but um, that looks like chocolate. I hope it is. Anyway, uh, but yeah, like a massive TV role. But yeah, there's a difference between being big on TV and being big in the film industry. Yeah, because he would be popular in 1990. But yeah, I think yeah, Tom Cruise was a thing, so he'll probably be one of them. Anyway, so talk about eating. He has sore feet apparently, so he's done a lot of bits and bobs. So okay. Oh, because he's just got this bad cough. Then is that what's up? Uh, okay. So I thought you have to find the prince first and then go to the castle, unless I've read that wrong. Oh, God damn it! Oh, my setup sucks. Anyway, so okay, now they're just gonna start heating to it. Okay, you're not going to like it. It's honest about his own cooking. Oh, he just likes it. That's good. I think it is chocolate after all. And he seems to be a bit unsure about his own cooking. I've got his name already. We'll just call him Tom Baker, I suppose. I wonder if the kids were like ever so excited to be like, yeah, you get to work with Tom Baker. How exciting! Yeah, I'll be thrilled. Anyway, so just talk about more of the route. Yeah, I was just thinking if it's not chocolate, it could be like, what's it called? Casserole. You like a beef casserole? Okay, so he used to try to stand up for Tom, but yeah, I don't think he's having it. Oh yeah, he's coming with it. That's good. Yeah, more Tom Baker. Yay. So he seems to be he knows the lands quite well, to which yeah, that's a good thing. Eel pie. Did Go to Eels Beals in EastEnders on the square. So the city might not be real, okay. And oh, did he put them off their meal? Okay. Alright, so they have a blade each. Oh yeah, I was wondering about weapons because the Pevensies had very distinct weapons, but um oh, she wants a bow. Yeah, good to have a long range one and the short range one. Oh, it's these other tools. Or in Tom isn't keen on them arguing about, well, just arguing in general. Alright, off there you go. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I bet the on-set filmmakers really like filming the scenery, hence why there's a lot of these big extensive scenes. So I feel like there's a bit more of character in this one because I still like the girl in Eustace is giving a bit more agency from time to time, and Tom Baker is I quite like him so far. Um, and the owls have some personality too. So yeah. Anyway, so this is the area they have to cross. Oh gosh, that reminds me. I remember one of my holidays I was trying to pass. When there's thick stones underwater, but there's some stones that are above the water. I remember thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna try and go across," but I had my foot to the wall. It just never works. Oh, Tom must be a bit stiff because he needed a bit of help going across. I can't believe he's still alive as well. Oh, the might encounter giants. Okay. Yeah, imagine listening to this recorded of mine without context. It would just sound like a very odd story. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's this. Yeah, it's yeah, I like the story so far. But anyway, so yeah, it's making the way again. They just crossed the bridge. There's no problem, and they discussed the likes of giants like and that very briefly. Also, is that what's that bear arrow then? Okay, that Eustace has. I'm still walking. It's a quite a far away shot as well, just seeing them all pop over the hill. Kind of like that detail. Oh, this feels like an iconic shot. Just three of them on top of the hill. I can remember that. Enjoy the adventures after having had any. Fair enough. So they just saw a bird fly across, so maybe they're just going along as a sign. I feel like I recognise these hills. Are they in the Lake District or something? Oh my gosh, there's a dragon. So he's just load of fireballs. Stay quiet and it'll go away. I'm sure that's the case. Oh no, Eustace is running off, running to it. But if he was a dragon before, he might know how to handle the situation. Oh, is he trying to fuss it? Oh no, he's just whispering in its ear. Oh, he's stroked it a bit. Even Tom Baker's like, what's going on? Oh, the dragon's off, he's flying. He's a bit bewildered. But yeah, now he's off. Oh my gosh, did the dragon and these just like merge together and then now they're flying? Oh no, it's just dragon's just gone. Okay, just simply out the way. Okay, I kind of like it even if it's simplistic because Eustace was a dragon, so I just felt like he understood what to do because all Tom said was to be quiet and then it will go. Yeah, he would be waiting probably for a long time. Although I don't know why the dragon was just standing there just breathing fire randomly. Maybe it was just threatened with more coming along. Oh, I can see them now. I was just trying to be like, where are they? Because they were amongst a dark background, and their clothing quite dark. I thought that was like one of the giants. Was it a statue? Oh, yeah, yeah, they're all lifting up. Oh no! Oh no, no, no! The rock is thrown. Oh my gosh, that could actually be like fatal. You gotta better move. I feel like these are like statues come to life. Oh, I'm kind of on the edge of my seat. Oh my god, they've thrown like the biggest boulders ever. Don't stop. You need to probably keep moving. That's the best thing to do. What these rocks must be like made out of like polystyrene, so they don't hurt the actors. Oh no, no, hasn't it? Oh, phew. He's only just got the hat. Oh my god, I was kind of worried for a second. Maybe this might be the best adaptation. I feel a bit more engaged, but I still liked the the different adaptation to Wild Literature with the Wardrobe. But I think because it's just a more of a different story that I haven't really been familiar of until today. Something like that I quite like. Oh, now they're fighting each other. I bet they're like, you don't throw your rocks well enough. So that's kind of amusing. So that's why they stopped throwing rocks. It's a bit arbitrary, but oh well, I suppose they're dumb. Well, you're on a path, so you shouldn't get lost. You're on some kind of route. And if it's just go north, yeah, like yes, you don't have a compass, but you're following like like the sun or the stars eventually, or they look like you're inside a tent. Or he's just overseeing them again. Are they leaning on him to sleep, and he's just staring at the sky? Yeah, they're like this. What's written about? Oh, just like another word for mumbling. Yeah, I was trying to wonder what that meant. Oh, he's probably trying to fall asleep standing up. Oh, he's definitely asleep now and remaining standing up. Okay. Yeah, when they're trying to ask him something. So they're going back to the science again. Oh, writing on the stone. Okay, so that's one of the next things. Okay. So yeah, structurally, yeah, we're still in the fun and game section. I feel like we haven't really accounted the midpoint yet, although it might be soon. Yeah, so I feel like even this one's probably one of the better structured ones as well. I feel like I can follow this a bit better. Oh, there you go, right to the top of that mountain. I think I probably would have enjoyed the filming, just because of exploring these areas. Also, yeah, I've kind of funny looking back on the commentaries. I mentioned Tom Baker like loads of times, mainly because of the scarves, but for him to actually appear in something new I'm watching, and just yeah, just a bit bewildered. Oh my gosh, that's a bridge. It's stuck on, but that's convincing enough. It looked kind of cool. Goes over a hill, part of the route. Yeah, and they're often chatting as they're moving as well, so I feel like that helps these like longish takes. Oh, okay, so even the film acknowledges that the giants aren't very smart, so yeah, so I wasn't that harsh against them. So giants can be clever, okay. Oh, it's the tiny shadow on the right. What's happening? Oh, it's not just a bridge, it's something built too. Right, so they come across a structure that definitely looks like a practically built one. It's kind of cool. Must be made up of a hard enough material. Charming. Anyways, they're going up this bridge and steps in that. And then they're going across the bridge. So you're just the other side of the valley. Yeah, I can see how the bridge is useful, yeah. Because sometimes in fiction I've seen bridges being like, well, what's the point of this bridge? Oh no! No arrows! Odysseus has nearly fallen. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think because it does look like a kind of wobbly path, so I could probably see why he fell over, but oh gosh. So they lost the arrows. Anyway, so he's fine, but at the cost of arrows. So there we go. We got a cost after a success. A miniature one, but it's something. Or we could see they lost out the arrows after crossing the bridge successfully. So yeah. Alright, so how will they solve future problems without arrows? There we go, just walking downhill, probably back on the path again. Oh, they've counted a couple of men on horses. Who are they? Are they villainous? So Eustace is already getting his sword, well, I suppose he's just checking that he can slide it out. Because imagine if the sword get stuck. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. Just gonna quickly note something. I just remembered something important. Oh, so that's the lady from the flashback. So I guess Tom is like, oh, well, we're going straight to the point, I suppose. He looks like a medieval version of Snake Eyes. Rain, okay. I like the way he's just like the way he looks as he's listening. Yeah, I think they all don't know. I think they just like look at each other, being like, "Oh yeah, well, we're talking to her and that." There's a lot of like route or setting explanations, like from time to time in this adaptation. It it's not bad. I think I'm just used to the route being explained once, but in this case, it's almost like each specific part is explained. I guess he doesn't like top baths then. Okay, is that why it's full of these funny faces? So that um so it's just I guess it's explaining a bit more of what the city is like. Turtles? Autumn, okay. Is it the same autumn as Earth? Is it in line? I wonder if he's like skeptical, either thinking it could be a trap. Is that why he's looking a bit unsure? After all, we don't know who this woman is, especially from the flashback and involved with the prince being missing. It could be anything. Yeah, I think the Snake Eyes knockoff is a just like a goon, pretty much. I think it's described the dress. So he's just like, you looking back, being like, I wonder about these two. Okay, so just talking about her, I guess just wondered if she's worth trusting almost. Oh, because I wonder why he didn't speak. Okay, yeah, I think that's a worthy question. There's some interesting theories. We'll see which theory it is if the story's putting a bit of emphasis on it. Are they so gentle giants? So there's another set of giants, and I guess they're hoping they're not like the rock throwing ones from earlier. Oh, he's just said, "Look here." I just didn't realise Tom has like some green on him, so I think it's just to make him more non-human almost. Okay, we'll see if they stick to their promise. Really see how trustworthy they can be. It's gonna. he's just waving his fingers in front of them, be like, "Do you promise?" What's a next time I'm making a promise to someone, I'm just gonna do that. Wiggle my four fingers like nearby their face, be like, "Do you promise?" It's yeah, it's quite amusing that. Yeah, I felt like I want to watch Tom Baker in more things because he voiced Zebad in the English version of the Magic Roundabout, which is also called Dougal in the US. But yeah, what else has he been in? Oh, the Found the City. Oh, it's just starting to snow, I think, unless it's volcanic ash. Oh, okay, so that weather's slowing them down a tad. So I guess you're just seeing, yeah, just trying to protect themselves almost. I feel like Tom's the most prepared, against this winter. Oh, he's pulling a funny face again. He's like, "Oh, I don't like this weather." Yeah, you're telling me. Oh, she's falling off. Oh no, that's quite a significant dip. Oh, she's fine. That's good. Oh yeah, that's true. How will? Oh, yeah, well, you have the long stick. Right, how will she get out? Will Aslan come back and levitate her again? Or they're gonna have to. She's gonna have to climb a way out somewhere. Oh, was that a giant? Is that why she's just like gone in and out like that? Okay, scissors going down. Okay, do you be careful? Yeah, this is quite a long wander. Just counted in my head. This is like just 20 seconds of wandering. Like I suppose the stones and statues look nice, and I think it is just trying to build up some kind of tension. Okay, now they're walking all the way back. I suppose it's, well, if anything, it just covered. There's no like easy way out. Although I feel like I could like grab onto one of the rocks and then climb up that way. So being late could add something. Oh, there you go. That's the stick. Wait, hang on. Why did you just go back and forward then? Or was it just too mind out for any threats, but I don't know, I just felt like it could have just gone up first already. Um, he's just getting kind of stroppy because he thinks that the guide has been distracted, but no, I think he is just generally trying to have a look around him. And oh, so the kids are being overly persuasive when he's being reluctant. Don't look frightened, okay? How come is it, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think earlier the thing they were just trying to discuss what to look out for, what the next signs are, and how to progress. Oh, is that a giant? Okay, so they're looking a bit puzzled. Okay, so I've got some idea what this giant is like, and then it's just we discuss what this feast is, and also the whole area is giant. Oh, and you can see that the breeze screened in. So still a vaguely good effect, still. Sure, so it's a bit of humour, I suppose. Always good to try and cheer them up. Or is it like a yeah, it's the same kind of logic of mouthwashing and use the cap as a drink. How big is it? Hang on, I feel like that would have been bigger unless it like just shrank. What was the with the tap in? Oh, I see. It was actually taking too much. Probably needs a refill. Oh, okay, so that why you drank more of it. I needed to do more. Okay. Seems to be a bit weary. Is that intentional? And the giant seems to find something amusing, but Yeah, so I'm like quite for long periods of time. I'm just trying to listen for what's going on, and okay, so now they got hold of him. Oh, that's like a I bet that's uh, I don't know, like a replica doll, somewhat. So they've almost I don't know, um, um, yeah, like he's almost like unreactive, and the kids are still walking on foot, and there's like other giants. So they know who the lady is, from the flashback. If Eddie said it, they think, why are you calling them excellent? That's hard to handshake with them. That's Is that why she's suddenly collapsed then? So there seemed to be um so it seemed to be alright with them, but I feel like there's something uh like a I don't feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, they all just got carried. Yeah, again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much of this either. She's just been chucked, in the. Because she's having nightmares, but about what? So it looks like not knowing about the following signs probably is spooking her, and is she astral projecting? She could be. So it's at the house she's wandering around. Yeah, from watching this so far, I could, if the trilogy did make this one, I feel like, um, I wouldn't know how it would have been approached. I can see like the rock throwing scene like happening like on a bigger budget, but everything else is very, it's like a very, I guess just like a slower quest than usual. Well, she seems to be quite apologetic, although other than um, she's struggling to remember. That's what she's been apologetic about. Okay, it's a bit down. I think yeah, there you go. The astral projection is over. Alright, it's a new day. What's gonna happen now? So it looks like just a big load of toys. Is Tom missing his hat? Oh, he is. Yeah, he's just got the long hair. Oh, wow, they found a good enough sized table. She's quite, complimenting a lot in that. Oh, she's, why did she react like that? Why she? Did you get like reminded or something? Yeah, because these giants kind of go into a cheesy territory which I'm not so keen on. I feel like if the trilogy did these giants, I think they would have been, um, like a bit more menacing and scary. Like not, what's it called, Jack and the Giant Slayer, which had what's his face in that film. I vaguely remember liking, but I only watched it once when I was a lot younger. So I'm not saying the giants should be like that, but I say even Once Upon a Time, they portrayed giants as relatively like human, like in personality, but have like a menacing side to them. Alright, so it's been off of food. Now they're calling up to have a look at a window. Oh, stuff's in writing. Oh dear, oh. Oh, it just says under me. Okay, what does that mean? Or you even there wondering what that could mean. And so he's making his way down. Oh gosh, I'm really struggling to pick up things at a point where I sound like I just feel like I'm just explaining the plot in a very basic way. The snowstorm. So they're going back to that as well. It's So I think they're just trying to recite what they encountered. They've been hinted by the snowstorm, but they're just trying to wonder about the signs, who the lady and the silent knight was, and knight as in Knight. Yeah, that knight. Okay, so we've got a forgetting like mechanic going on involving the Green Lady. Yeah, something I've thought about so whilst I'm listening, I think I might start getting into conclusive bits and bobs because it's just there's too many like silent breaks in between. But yeah, what I've explained is not okay. Now she's blaming herself again. Yeah, I feel like there's not like they do just keep talking about like the plot of the journey and because I quite like the scene when the three of them were just together at the camp because they get to see Isabel's personality and maybe laugh a bit, but we haven't had really like a moment like it. Like there's other bits and bobs where they react to all sorts, but it doesn't add to um, an awful lot. Anyway, I thought just come up, and I guess he did that as like a pointer. Okay, so the prince is under somewhere. Okay, so that's what the writing outside means. Okay, so they finally got a more of a solid destination. Oh, and they need to get to the door. Oh, there's plenty of um, tables, etc. to get climbing. I think they've eaten enough. You don't want to collapse again. Okay, they're using each other. Oh, no. Try Eustace's acquaintance. She's taller. Yeah, not gonna lie, I do have to say, I think this might. I think not only is this possibly the longest, but it feels the slowest. Like we're in areas for an extensive amount of time, and the conversations are quite extensive too. What was that? Another clue? A meal. Okay. I regret a loss. Yeah, I'd say it's not just like the individual um like BBC adaptations, like if because if it is like more accurate, then the books themselves must be quite episodic as well, because each moment feels like quite singular. Because we haven't gone back to the owls, and granted there is like a princess still missing, Aslan's still helping them out with all sorts. The science keeps getting brought up, but it's I feel like it's taking like probably like too much time with it almost, and yeah, it's a shame where that's how I seem to be right to do it, because I can imagine there's way more to it from what I can see, because I'm listening to all of the words, reading the subtitles, looking on around them for additional clues, and yeah, because I think they um yeah, because I think someone who would be more familiar with these films, I think they would be able to explain how it's like a different approach to all of these adaptations. But hang on, all their dogs, just like thinner ones. Anyway, so the Queen has been carried outside the building, and they're all outside, and everyone seems to be fine with that. Why do they? Why don't they want the Queen to leave? Is it to see if she had like wanted more information? It's a bit funny how the kids seem to almost know what to say, and at a point where they don't Tom Baker talking. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, so I think to someone who would be more familiar with these films, I feel like they would have maybe like lot more to say, and also why this kind of structure and approach works for these. And I think one reason is because it's a very unfamiliar approach, because TV movies are definitely like a medium of themselves. Um, Although that reminds me, what was the general ratings like? Just gonna have a quick look. So they just encountered the maid once again. She complimented once again. Now she's like, is she getting like reminded of something? Like, what's going on? Why is she? Okay, so Line Witch Water, the BBC version. Anyway, so they are just yeah, I think they're just walking around. Well, they're not like sneaking about because the giants know they're all here. But anyway, so yeah, BBC's version of Line Witch of the Wardrobe, it's got an overall 7.2 out of 10, to which that I can agree with. Oh, even the IMDb rating is slightly higher than the 2005 film, which is, I see. So I mean, it must be more accurate to the book, perhaps. Right, so they're all in the kitchen, doing various bits and bobs, and all of them are still wandering around. Because they're just tasting the cooking. Okay, I suppose just to see what their taste is like. I guess it's like an attempt to try and build like a bond between the trio and the giants. So I guess we'll see how that pays off. And I guess what makes this book unique is that it seems to explore the giant culture, I suppose. Yeah, not gonna lie, kind of reminds me of the royals from the 1500s. Like the way they're dressed in that. So Eustace just disturb. I don't know her name. Still, I can't believe it. Oh no, they're just been put off by the food. I think Tom looks a bit irritated. Talking. So they're put off by the meat because of how the animals were talking. So I think that's kind of put them off the giants a bit. Anyway, so I just had to look at Prince Caspian and Dawn Treader. How the BBC voted adaptation where they put two of those together. So that's a 7 out of 10 for IMDb, which yeah, there was definitely some highlights. What's episode? Oh, 7.1. Okay. Oh yes. So according to sources, so whilst it was praised for being faithful, to the book, and they all like Tom Baker as well. Yeah, that's good. So but some viewers have noted the dated special effects and occasional slow pacing. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I do find many people's perspective quite interesting. Yeah, because Oh, okay. So looks like they've all just finished cooking, and we've all of them fallen asleep. I think they're trying to sneak out again. But why did they even go in there? Okay, she just chucked something that was bothering her. So then I'm just gonna climb up somewhere. Oh, so they are eating some. Um, yeah, I thought that was like a miniature book. And the so so the feast they mentioned it a couple of times. So just trying to get more of an answer for how all of that works. Okay, what did you just found? Oh no, he's like flabbergasted or triggered at a point where he's shouting, reading the bits and bobs out loud. So yeah, so luckily that hasn't woken up the cook, and now they're off again. Wait, hang on, that door matches their size exactly. How? Like, this castle doesn't strike me as a castle like adapted for humans. So they're gonna leave the castle now. Yeah, make some proper progress of the quest. Yep, still leaving, and the queen is arrived. Okay, so were they? So they did keep them captive. Okay. Um. So, but now they're trying to escape. They sent some dogs, and they're all running after them as well. Yeah, I think this would have been a good action set piece as well. But I felt like the trilogy version would have made a lot of the castle stuff like a lot more brief, because there was the dream and discussing some answers, seeing what some of the giant culture was like, and yeah. Oh my god, these look like are those Vizslas, type of dog breed. Oh, I'm gonna have a look actually. Vizsla dog. Oh yes, I think I'm right. Yeah, they're mainly orange, but yeah, there is the grey version. Oh well, they're actually training a dog to tear up a hat. That's a bit. They must have to get a specific personality for that. So yeah, I don't think Tom Baker has his hat. Okay, so just. Oh, okay, they start going down somewhere. Okay, so they're sliding. Have fun. Yeah, my favourite sliding scene, like in fiction ever, is still, uh, the first Ice Stage. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was. I remember I wanted to rewatch that as a kid, but I just knew that wasn't as possible. But it is now thanks to YouTube. oh my gosh, this looks like that underground cave in, funny enough, one of the Doctor Who episodes of Tom Baker. Yeah, he did that cave. Reminds me of that one episode he was in. That's good if he's warm. Yeah, because the caves can be quite cool. I mean, well, there might be a way out if you look around. You never know. Oh wait, no wait, hang on. Did I just think there were arrows? No, there were. There were. It was wood that was carried. That was fell off the bridge. Oh my gosh, I'm missing sorts. Hundreds? Yeah, possibly. But she's quite worried, and it's all dark as well. Okay, so there. Oh, who's there? Is it Aslan again? Oh, no, of course it isn't. Um, okay. The deep realm, okay. Okay, so they're testing if all three of them are legit. So they turned some lights on, okay. Oh my, what? There's loads of them. So that's how they view things, okay. She's telling them to shush. Which is true. Yeah, because there's some visitors chasing after them. Yeah, I wonder why they went for visitors. We're supposed to have actors good, like dogs of that kind. Are they accurate enough to the book as well? Yeah. I've seen between all of this, I was just having a look at the book 2 TV differences. So apparently, whenever Tom Baker burns his hands, apparently he will instantly in the show, but not the book. And there's another thing: there are some scenes unrelated, like the dragon appearing at the ruined city of giants at the end of the show. When they emerge from the underground kingdom, it is summer during the day. In the book, it emerged in Narnia during the winter, in the middle of a celebration at night. All right, and that's it. It's those two, so they must be extremely faithful. Yeah, I thought it was going to be more. Oh, okay, so they're clashing a tad already. Is there she is getting quite upset. Like, is there like a moment in history for why she doesn't like coves, the dark? So everyone's trying to reassure her, which is well, the two of them anyway, which is nice. I actually quite like that reaction though, because well, it's just seeing how she responds to it. Because I think the others are just trying to try the best and get on, but she seems to be extremely worried. So there's just like a respect to her. I reckon that if she will like maybe overcome the fear of the cave or something, or she just does her best to keep going. I kind of forgot this, but they're setting up scenes at the school of that. Like I know like they're outcast in that, although I think they have played with the idea a couple of times, because even Tom Baker was a bit downplayed by the Giants, and the kids are like, oh, you don't diss him. So I think there's been a couple of efforts with that, although if that was like the point of what they were wanting to set up, then Yeah. Okay, so there's another entity apparently relevant to time. So it's not woken up or anything, no. Oh, what's going on? Wait, what's that? What's going on? Did was it? Did something like quickly come up? Hence why Tom had a reaction like that. If I was while wandering in the cave, what is the girl's actual name? Because it would be handy. Okay, so they're onto a new location and they've found a boat and some working and they're running off and they're not meant to. So were they held prisoners slightly too? Is that what was happening? Yeah, because they weren't feeling any remorse, etc. when she was getting upset earlier. Okay. So they have a queen underground. Okay, so how does she rule the area? I suppose we can understand a couple of tidbits. Jill Pole. Oh, she's a mate. I thought she was a relative. Okay. I think that's her name. I'm just going to quickly do some more research in between. Because, yeah, they're just on a boat, moving about, and even Jill, if that's her name, she's having doubts that she'll ever go back to the real world, to which, yeah, hopefully, yeah, she will. Okay, that's the warden, apparently. Okay, so I think that explains more of how this society works. Now talk about sunlight, okay. What's that, shortbread? No, there's something inside. No flavour, it looks like there's a filling in it, unless well, you know, at least they're getting fed in between. Yeah, these costumes are kind of cool. I'll say that. Yeah, they look like a rock here, like, you know, a race made out of rocks. Could do to help pass the time. Let's see who could say the best joke. Here, I say I've got one. Why is there many football games in the ocean? Because there's over 20,000 leagues under the sea. Anyway, I just suddenly realised, so I'm not sure how long they've been down here, but they're already complaining about wanting to see the sky or something, to which, oh well, yeah, they are kids, so, yeah, but they're just, yeah, they don't know what's going to happen. Even I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to counter sunlight on an obstacle? Oh, they're all fell asleep. Oh, something. They arrived somewhere. That looks kind of. It looks like a painting. Oh, we can see even more of this race. Okay, we'll see what they're up to. Because there's also some mining and there's transport of some resources. They have boats. I think that boat just accidentally hit into the camera, only slightly. All the kids don't like being grabbed. This looks like a very expensive and extensive set, although I think seeing the painting earlier helped with the scale. Yeah, do you forget that, back then you'd have to paint any like grand structure, like setting structures, etc. But yeah, nowadays we've got Photoshop, so just imagine going back to those kind of old ways. I tell you what, I remember that documentary of the guy who used to create the iconic posters for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, the Thing remake. That guy. I just remember thinking, like, imagine if he did go back to that natural way of poster creating, and yeah, because whilst there are some modern posters that look quite cool, it has become like a talked about topic, or whether that's if if, if film posters if they are getting better or worse. Alright, so yeah, they've just been taken up to some higher area, and are they about to see? Is it the Queen they're about to see? Unless we just saw the Queen earlier and just seen other royals. Oh, the Queen has gone to sort out something. Okay, what's she in the middle of sorting out? I wouldn't call yourself strangers. That doesn't sound very welcoming. Oh, it's another long take. Oh, they have a lot of them. I don't normally mind long takes because, Unbreakable knew how to use long takes in ways which were quite interesting. But I think in here, I think it is just probably a way to keep things like efficient, saves the cutting and editing. Yeah, I guess they do try and utilise it, it helps with the normal passage time. Alright, so take to a room and they've just met someone. Who is this person? What's he all about? Is he human? It looks like he's just human with a metal head on. He's the governor, okay. Oh wait, he was the Black Knight from earlier. Okay, what kind of information will he reveal? Also, they were about to be eaten for dinner. That's what was being implied. So Eustace tried to confront him, but he's just been shouted at and thrown onto the floor. Then he's trying to calm the situation down by saying, "No, he's just a kid." But yeah, this bloke is not having any of it. Ooh. So he offered to sacrifice himself, but yeah, I don't think the knight is going to go for him. So I think the kids are fine. Okay, so he's not going to reveal anything because he is loyal. Who's going to him? Oh, Jill is. Okay. He's quite a menacing bloke. I would be quite scared to confront him. Scared to confront him. Sorry, I keep yawning. Sorry. Oh, so he's. Wait. Oh no, so it was either familiar than I, because I thought that's who he was earlier, walking on top of, like the surface world, I could call it. But he's apparently been living down here long enough to not know what Narnia is. To which, okay. Okay, okay, so just a bit more lore. Yeah, there's probably like some differences between the top world and the underworld. Or wait, hang on, is the underground so significant at a point where it's like considered yet another world? Is that what's been implied? Oh, is that the green lady? Yeah, she's going about, so is she gonna go in the same room in a bit? Now those troops, they kind of remind me of the Ice Warriors, which once again reminds me of Doctor Who again. So he has to hide his face from the green lady, is that what he was implying? So she's just passing, and all of them are doing mining. Break through the underworld. So if she wants, I don't know, to break through the underground to get to the top, then why not mine upwards? If that's what she's trying to go for, or is she trying to dig further down to see more answers they could get? Alright, so they're all sat around the table. Just spin off some water. So he doesn't like sunlight either, and he has it's the visor part of the helmet he's wearing. Okay, so he's getting affected at that point where he's admitting that he's getting a bit rageful, etc. So this definitely makes him dangerous in some way. Yeah, the queen that was mentioned earlier. Oh, where is she? Oh, is this a model of a tower? I don't think so. It looked like someone else. Earth is in trouble, at risk. Oh no, this is getting threatened again. Yeah, I think he seems to be quite scared of him too. Oh, she's. Be careful what you say. He's being quite reactive. Yeah, is he like the? He must be like the. It could be like the main villain in the story, unless. Or could the Green Lady be? Oh, what's going on now? It looks a bit. Has he just woken up? And they'd all just been sitting there. Okay, he's got up. Oh, no, he hasn't. Is he? He's gonna take the helmet off. Okay, so they got up there from the table, moving once again where they're going to go. Oh, that's the silver chair, of course. Yeah, I was wondering what the title meant, but. Oh, and this in the silver chair is what is making this bloke angry. Okay. How am I? Oh, okay, an evil enchantment. Okay. Um, the design of the chair looks kind of cool, but now they're just having to run off. I think it's because of the Green Lady, etc. Having to. Oh, there she is with her guards. Oh, they got hold of him. That door's still open, isn't it? Oh no, is it? Oh no, it is open. And the way they like taking him in there so they know where the chair is. So just seeing a bit more of the area. And yeah, we are following a figure, but who? Oh, so that's where the three of them are, so I think they were hiding because the bloke told them to hide. Is that what's the plot in? Is the Green Lady being described as a witch as well? I think everyone's voting to go. Okay, so they already just hid further down the room. Has the bloke been, I don't know, like placed on that chair or something? Okay, we're gonna get a shot. No, we're not. No, we're just seeing them, the three of them, go into the following room. Oh, was that the bloke? Oh, could this be the room of where the chair is at? Oh, okay, so there's just went a room back. That's what happened. Okay. Is that him being placed on the chair? Yes, it is. Okay. Into a serpent, so that is what the chair will eventually do. I think it's like just trying to ward them off. Is he chained up as well? I think it's just like the rings around his costume, which makes him look like he's tied. Oh, he is. Yeah, I can see a chain of some kind. I think I want to leave the room. Alright, I think he's resting after even more warnings. Okay, so the kids are staying there. And then Tom is, oh, yep, he's still alive. Alright, so that's nice for him to admit. Also, they're asking him to set him free from the chair. Oh yeah, sorry if you're just wondering. Yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, there was that animated line with the wardrobe, which I think I'll watch as well whilst I'm on a streak. I'll do after this. So yeah, looks like the bloke tied to the chair. He's uh, uh, yeah, so yeah, limited time with the quest and how he's feeling, and how the chair is making him feel. So Jill is walking up closer. Oh, now she's been grabbed. Hang on, I have his right hand has been broken free from the chair then. Oh, he's let go. The guy uses his grabbed hold of us, that's good. I felt like Jill has had probably the worst Narnia experience. Like, yeah, she's been like, scared multiple times. Yeah, not gonna lie, I won't really want to come back after one of these events. Yeah, because the Dawn Treader, there's the sea journey, and then does the sense of wonder in Lion the Witch Wardrobe, and some breathers in between the battles of Prince Caspian. But yeah, in this, yeah, they're just getting chased by giants and having long treks, which I suppose is a nice area. I just suddenly realised we've been in this like the scene for about, I don't know, like way more than 5 minutes now. This is quite an extensive scene. So he's going to try and convince them that he's good, but I don't think they're going to listen to him. They might walk away. Well, I don't think he should have. If he didn't grab Jill earlier, then I think he would have been possibly set free. But it's mentioned one of the signs, okay? I thought there were 4 signs. Is this the last sign, the 4th one, or something? So Jill and the others didn't follow a sign, and therefore accidentally bled themselves into the giants and then the underground. Is that what's been implied? Also, they are going to transit free, okay? Yeah, not gonna lie, when I first heard of the Shubba chair, I thought it was going to be like a real chair of some sort, but no, if it has these locks and it seems to have like some kind of enchantment parts, then yeah, that is some chair. Oh no, he slept. He slept off the chair, and he's oh no. Oh, he's wrecking the chair. That's what's happening. Also, just to realise, could he be the missing prince? Unless I've completely misread the lot. Okay, so the chair was destroyed. It was quite ambiguous in that. So, yeah, this is probably one of the more climactic scenes. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, he's gonna take the helmet off. Oh no, he's breaking it off. Looks like it's made out of God knows what. There you go. So yeah, I think there might be the Princeton, most likely. So I think they were just like wondering what's going on. Okay, so it looks like he's a bit more chilled. Yep, yeah, definitely the prince. So yeah, that's conferred by them. Okay, so they found him, and oh, yeah, how long was he away? Oh yeah, they're gonna rush to get back. That's good. It's not Bacon running with his arms down. Oh no, there's the Green Lady. What's gonna happen? I think she's in shock that that he's been broken free. Although she could have a look at the chair and seen it completely broken. Yep. So yeah, she isn't impressed, but at the same time, I haven't seen her an awful lot. Oh, he's stepping forward to admitting that it's his. So she finds the concept of friends funny. So I said it's a piece I've thought to put together. So when he said the Black Knight does assisting her, so he, when being that night, he had to stay silent, and then he's transported down there, had to change of clothes, and then well, change of armor more like, and then brought down here, then placed on the chair, etc. She has vegetation in her hair. Oh, no, it's the design of the veil that's behind her, not real blunts. Oh, not to mention it from the flashback, so he was drawn to her, but it looks like he led himself into a trap because she looks like she's, been in control, but he's gaining his control back. And I think he's definitely going to set himself free. Okay, so how's she going to respond to order? I felt like something bad's going to happen. It's okay, this is actually a tad tense here. Nope, she's angry. Oh, she's just made the fire green. Okay, what does that mean? Yeah. The three of them have just been standing there all of this time during this moment between these two characters. Okay, so it looks like a cloth in the hand is like what's enough to. If what's on Baker's face, he looks like he's still stuck in disbelief. Anyway, so it looks like she can counter the sharp edges of the sword, or more like the sharp point. So earlier he was talking about how he renounced the plan, but also she's trying to manipulate him again. Although I guess she finally acknowledges the three of them. Okay, so he's admitted that he's been living there for ages. Okay, yeah, we can infer that. Oh, what's the setting moving? Oh no, it's just, no, it's the camera. Is she producing like a type of enchantment? Is that what's going on? What was the point of the green fire again? When? She's producing the magic again, but I don't know why. So yeah, she's like, you could be king here, to which she might be again slightly tempted to buy, but he's going to reject it. Oh, she's having a go with that. So which world was she referring to? Is she saying that Earth is like the world that's a dream, or the land on top of this cave is a dream? Is that what she was implying? So Eustace is knocked out pretty much. It's like the magic when it got to him. And now he's talking about what he has seen on top, the sun, sky, the stars. Yeah, and it makes the um, oh no, she's okay. Yeah, the princess got him. Yeah, that's made me feel quite bad because oh no, is he gone? Okay, he's grabbed this. I think was he trying to grab that as a weapon? Is that what happened? No, she's producing even more magic. So she's trying to deny that the sun never existed. Oh, Tom Baker's fine. Okay. I see. Like, whilst the prince, trying to help Tom as he was falling, that's noble. But I felt like the prince could have gone for like a more of a strike because it seems to be like the inference, with the many times he's got the sword out. Or was he trying to grab? Oh, now she spotted him. But now, I think he's grabbed something, probably like a magic or piece of wood. Or he's turned off the green. Oh, so that's the book and field comparison, with the hands being burnt. So he's going to heal immediately, but I don't know how. So even dreams is like a theme. Yeah, so yeah, dreams seems to be a theme, and it's almost as if the Green Lady's like, oh, the sun, etc., is not real, and then I was like, yes, it is real. So maybe, but how did she get to this point? Or is he going to just leave her? Yeah, I suppose, yeah, because they disarm the magic. Oh my gosh, that's like multiple forms. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that is the funniest serpent. You can see it just like flopping all about. But the prince managed to get rid of it, and yeah, Tom had a weapon ready just in case. Oh my god, that is gruesome. There's like some green blood coming out of the serpent's mouth. But that was a fairly decent transformation at the time. Going from a human-sized cobra. I feel like the trilogy would have made this more of a advanced, well, just like a longer fight scene. I did keep forgetting this film also calls her the Green Lady, and yeah, we all know why with the serpent stuff. I guess it would be easier to escape because of the race and the that first encounter down in the cave. Oh, there goes healed. He has like webbed hands as well. I wonder if he swims better. So Suffit showed up and then healed his hand. I'm a bit lost for why that's the case. Oh, yeah, I think I think this is probably the best set of scenes in the film. Well, I like the camping scene earlier and some of the introductory parts, especially with Jill and Aslan, and then this climax does have a good couple of moments, but yeah. Oh no, the whole place is falling down. And it's making everyone else be like, oh no, we need to escape. Oh, there's a rock that's just landed on someone. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be careful. Come on, get moving. Leave. Now. So I think all this time we're just discussing the route. Come on. Get going. Yeah, I think the other of these stone beings are too distracted to withhold them, so yeah. But they know like a better idea of how to escape. Oh, he's falling down, he's done. There you go, they're going down there. So where public exit is. There's more of them running. Oh, is that a flood happening? Okay, so that's why. Oh gosh, there's a lot of water. Oh no, the whole place is gonna flood. Yeah, change my mind. I think this is the most quick, exciting scene in this film. Oh, there you go. Those are effects-based fire. So is that. Oh, and one. Oh no, load more falling down. I don't think gravity applies. Oh, that's the water. I think it's like getting in their way. Oh no, they managed to get through. Oh, yeah, Tom's quite tall bloke, so he has to really go down. Yeah, come on, keep going. Oh, that is fake rubble going down, but that's real. There you go, still falling. Yeah, I remember. What was that film where the hotel was just like crumbling, like for ages. Yeah, because it starts off slow at first with like floors and balconies, but then the whole building like starts going down. Oh, are they in the clear now? So it must be a specific part of the cove falling down. You're not gonna lie, every time I hear the word void, I just think of ABBA. Whether it's the concert or the album. Oh, surprised them and go and see them then. They go back to Earth, back to reality, eventually. Oh, so this is where they were first went down. Okay, so where's the central entrance exit? With a slash in between entrance slash exit. That's what I was trying to imply. Sorry. Oh, there's another rock. Careful, I was gonna hit you. Was that fake or not? Although even more things are falling. That's just individual objects. Okay, so as they climb the way up, there is rocks falling down, so there's added tension there. Oh, there goes the grand setting of the painting, and it's just some rocks falling into the water. There you go, slow down for them, and they're fine again. Taking a breather, I suppose. Oh, they're getting close. Oh, he's shaking his head. Yeah, why was Tom shaking his head? Oh, there we go. They found a hole. And they're gonna literally break through. Oh god, all of those leaves and twigs. That's gonna hurt them if they're not careful. Oh, he's on the opposite side. What is? Okay. So how did all of them know where they were? Were they like, oh, this is the exit of the cove? We'll wait there until all of them get out. But not to mention the prince was missing. It's not like anyone knew where he was. There you go. Everyone should. Oh yeah, there you go. They're pleased to see him. Yeah, there you go. Expect a reaction. That's good. Yeah, he's kind of thankful for them. Yeah, he seems to be a nice, cheery lad at the end. He did, despite the influence earlier. Oh, there's the shot of the Dawn Treader again. All right. Is it gonna finally arrive? Oh, there's the owl. Forgot about that character. Because it is normal for characters to have like a short role every now and again, but when it comes to my films, I mainly have like a distinction between the developed characters who follow and then very brief appearances from those who are just simply around to fulfill certain roles. And I say Ollivander in Harry Potter, I think he's quite a good example of a character because there is like a couple of bits of bobs we learn about him, but he delivers useful information, and the wand. Yeah, John Hurt really does well with that character. Anyway, back here. Also, Tom is missing something. Okay, so he thought he was saying how miserable he is, but he's saying that he's brave, and yeah, I think he's got a bit of a boost of confidence. So yeah, if that's like the last scene between them, then that's nice of a compliment to give him. Or the waving. Oh, there you go, a nice bye as well. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, I like that moment too. I wonder if that monitor is like, oh my god, you two kids, adding more weight to my back. Oh, there you go, we're seeing Caspian. We haven't. It didn't seem much of him, but if they're going to see him now, what's the reaction going to be like? So yeah, how's Caspian going to respond to seeing Eustace? Just as same as last time. And then the prince is probably having a few last words. Oh no, he's no longer around. Yeah, Eustace didn't get to have a chat with him. That's a shame. Well, like must be a shame for him. Oh, well, that's the end of Caspian's story. Okay. The mess. What the mess underneath the cave? With the Aslan animatronic, they always keep the same one, or did they improve it over time? There's that person walking along the ridge. Is he not wondering what was going on? Or they go, Aslan's completely changing the environment. Oh, it's by the river again. So what's Caspian's head doing by the river? Oh, what's that? did it say dive it to my pool? Like, throw the object into the river? Is that what it's implying? He's had to lift his foot up to. Oh gosh, what's going on? Okay. Oh my gosh, did they resurrect him? Or is this like his, is it astral projection again? Oh no, no, he's genuinely there. Oh my gosh, so the young Caspian has now seen the young Eustace, so how are they going to interact? Oh, we're currently in Hazard's country, is that the case? So Caspian did go there eventually. They want to see Aslan again. Well, I suppose they've had like a couple of nice moments all together, but he's just been being like a quiz giver and being like a guide along the way. Although I suppose you can still bond with someone like that and still want to see them around, um, but I think, for not gonna lie, like with all the trouble they've been through, I feel like they I guess they, they just want to stay to admire like the beauty of Narnia now that the quest have done, but yeah, they do have to go. Oh, is Cass we could have a like small peek of Earth? Oh no, so I think Cassian's denying that request. So yeah, Caspian's in a afterlife kind of form. That's what's currently happening. Oh, now are they back on Earth? Yes, they are, because they're the kids from earlier, from the very first scene. And yeah, even Caspian is even having a so he is having a glimpse um of Earth, and now Aslan is just completely uh tore that wall down, and oh, so all of the so just some kids armed with swords, therefore scares the bullies off. Yeah, imagine that being like the only time Caspian has seen Earth. Like, there's so much more to Earth than just like running into a school with a wall blown over. Not to mention, I feel like Aslan has way more abilities in this than he did in the trilogy. Oh, they go the return to normal clothes, and the swords disappeared. Yeah, imagine. Oh yeah, so now the kids will be like, oh, there you go, they're floated away. Well, that's the end of them two, in this adaptation. And then, okay, now we hit the credits, and I reckon that all of those bodies at the school were like, hey, this wall just exploded. Well, whilst the wall, I think, will remain wrecked, but um, yeah, they're like, well, I thought we just saw you someone in armor and swords, and then the teachers be like, what are you on about? So they won't be believed in that way. Um, sorry, that was a snippet. So we're just having it on the background as I conclude. So, yeah, it did pick up and it did kind of get my attention more so at the end. So, yeah, it has helped me appreciate this a bit more. Um, so yeah, where to start? I like Jill. Quite like the actress for her. There's a whole heap of bits and bobs we do see about her. She's I don't know. I don't always understand the whole outcast thing, but there's the mention of the surname. Scrub being Oh no, hang on, no. Her her name is Jill Paul, something like that. So okay, so but Eustace is gettable because of his surname, yeah, because his surname is Scrub, which it looks like he's not too keen. Um, but I think there must be those them two are mates because they're a bit of an outcast in school, and uh, so yeah, there's already one kind of reason they have for their friendship, or a reason why the friendship's even there in the first place. But yeah, there's all sorts of bits and bobs. Like Jill can be quite assertive, and she's shown frustration a lot of times. Especially when she's trying to remember the signs for the quest and that, and then she gets all frustrated, and then Aslan comes by every now and again to try and help her out, and yeah, quite brave as well, and um, yeah, and then seeing how she didn't like the cave underneath, and then she does gain some bravery, especially with freeing the prince from the chair. Yeah, and then also with the kind of dynamic she has with Aslan as well. There's a couple of moments of that which yeah, I quite like the two, just get to know each other a little bit, and then on the way to the quest. Eustace, I don't remember an awful lot of significant moments. Uh, no, like gets chased with bullies alongside the others you're separated with from Jill for quite a bit, and yeah, oh yeah, looking back now, yeah, I forgot, yeah, he fell off a cliff and he started to float again, somehow extremely far away. And oh, I tell you what, I think my favourite moment of Eustace is just finally seeing Caspian. But imagine if, but they kind of catch up, with Caspian coming back. I'm a bit unclear with how he came back, like why that method. Um, so yeah, and what I also kind of like actually is Peter Eustace. So we're telling Jill about Narnia, and she's like, "Oh, well, what a load of rubbish." But um, she's a bit standoffish about ideas like that. But I think despite you know, uh, being a bit wary and scared every now and again, she does seem to like get into the quest and knows what has to be done. And yeah, and yeah, as Naslan, he definitely comes back every now and again to help her and the others. Yeah, so just often appearing as a guide every now and again, to which yeah, that's consistent with this version of the BBC version, which I like. Um, so yeah, I think he had a more of a distinctive role in the Lion Witch of the Wardrobe, that's for sure. But I still like him. A lot of the other moments he's had. Um, so yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, and he does try to expand the lore a bit. So yeah, Caspian's a lot older. Looks like yeah, there's definitely that sense of humans and the Niners getting on. Although the true villainy was underground, so that makes this like varies like the type of threat. Although it is not a lot of coverage about the threat. Like a lot of it was a mystery, to which like sometimes it's good to do that, especially because the mystery in here was oh what happened to the prince and where is he, and they do find out about him. And but yeah, there wasn't a lot of build up. It was just like, if anything, the flashback made you wonder who is this green lady, and then they try and foreshadow the knight that rode alongside her. And um, yeah, and it also talks about how they're trying to, what is it, like merge the surface world, or was Earth even like part of the plan? I'm not sure. It's getting kind of lost from time to time, but once again, just a different type of threat. It's a bigger threat actually. Sounds like the like a higher type of stake. Although I feel like what was most at stake is saving the prince, because if he wasn't around, then that means it would be far more of a struggle for Caspian to continue the bloodline, and we can imagine all sorts of repercussions. Um, so yeah, that I can definitely understand the stakes of that. But yeah, when she was just talking about trying to go for the other worlds as well, although was she going to go for the other worlds once the prince was down? Was that I could see that happening. They tried to lock him into the chair, and she tried to use her serpent form to fight against him. So yeah, there is that. Um, so yeah, and she also had like that over the top nature, which the BBC version of the White Witch had as well. Uh, so yeah. Um, well, yeah, going back to Eustace. Yeah, like other than that moment at Caspian, he kind of just followed them around um, for a lot of the time, because he was responsible for losing the firewood, when trying to cross over the bridge, and um, um, oh, I don't know. It's just because a lot of the arguments they've had, like, yes, it does involve the three of them, but it's not like that different of a perspective. Like a lot of the time, it's almost like the kids and Tom Baker, are arguing about all sorts. And oh yeah, looking back, I don't really know why the Dawn Treader was well, I was going in and out of the, it was shown twice, like both at the start and then the end. Um, but Yeah, well, because was that like Caspian like make its way back to the castle? Was that the reason why we kept seeing the Dawn Treader? That would have to be the reason. Cool to see it again. It's like a nice reference to the previous story because not a lot of I think this BBC version has made a bit more of an effort to trying to connect some dots between like the predecessors. Oh no, Caspian's right there, so he has been sent off in a boat. So what was the point of showing the Dawn Treader? Was it just to show that uh, the land is still in control and the Dawn Treader's just wandering about, making sure all the islands are fine? Is that the case? Yeah, it must be. And what is there? I say we'll go on to Tom Baker. I think he's probably the best character, and Tom Baker may be the most famous actor, but I think he still did the best job. A lot of amusing facial expressions every now and again, and he had a lot more to say, and his reactions are quite unique, especially when he was yelling about the book they were reading. And not to mention, that later on they said they were going to be eaten by the giants, but I didn't really get that kind of vibe because they were just like casually talking to all of them. Or maybe I was trying to create a shock value where they were just talking to the giants in the kitchen, and when the giants were dropping off, they would decide to read the cookbook, and then only to find out that they could potentially be cooked. So I think that's what they were trying to give the impression of. Although normally when characters are threatened by being eaten, normally they're like locked up or contained so that they're then like ready for later. I've just seen that loads of times, so if it's good for them to try a different approach, but uh, well, I don't know. It's just although actually, like there was no empty threats because once they escaped, the giants sent their visitors, and they well, I suppose it was a bit of a convenience that they ended up sliding down the same cave that would lead them down to the underground because I feel like when they're making away it was like a random spot they settled at, but I just suddenly thought, was there like multiple cave systems, so if they went for any cave that would just like lead them down underground then? And not to mention I think the underground must be like somewhat recent because do you remember when in Line with the Wardrobe when they hid down the cave, imagine if all of them opened and they end up going down underground as well. But like I said, I feel like the underground has been more of a recent thing because don't forget, like Lion Witch and Wardrobe is thousands or hundreds of years ahead of the other stories because Prince Caspian, Voyage Dawn Treader, and Silver Chair are almost close together with Dawn Treader and Silver Chair being just only like a couple of decades, especially with Caspian, reaching the end of his life. Speaking of which, when I heard about an older Caspian, I just remember thinking, what we're going to explore of him, but um, no, I didn't get an awful lot. It's almost as if I feel like the boat trip was probably like his last chance to explore, and then he went with the likes of Eustace, etc., saying goodbye to him, and also with his son coming back to him in the nick of time, which is because I think the story does show that it was a shame that the prince has been away for far too long, but at least he did have a one last reunion. So yeah, that was a nice moment. But yeah, I feel like I would have wanted like more of an Order Caspian. What did he learn? What was his marriage like with the Star Lady from the Dawn Treader, and more of what it was like to raise presumably his only son, and how him being king has helped the whole of Narnia, especially with no more Pevensies around. Mm. So yeah, and what else is there? Yeah, some of the action is quite fun. I like the giant, the rock throwing. That was quite amusing. And then the bits later on, like fighting the serpent. It's aged a bit, but still entertaining nonetheless. And I still quite like the effects. And whilst the dragon was a bit of an odd appearance, I still like how Eustace knew what to do with the situation. I know I commented on that before, but yeah, I think that's just another good moment for him. And also, I did have look at some illustrations of Tom Baker's character. So yeah, the book definitely describes him as more like unhuman, but yeah, I guess they did want to make cover Tom Baker with too much makeup, because he only looks like slightly unhuman. With like the greenery in that. So yeah. But yeah, like in the other ones, the costumes are, because I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to, I guess, like period dramas, or I've been looking back at like the 1500s, etc. I'm not like the biggest fan of that kind of fashion. It's just a subjective thing. But even then, I'm not really the biggest fashion person. I like some glasses, I like flip flops. I guess I just like summer clothing. Like Hawaiian shirts are kind of cool, and I really like band t-shirts as well. I think that's how far I go. But even if it's a fashion that's not really like my thing, still can see the craftsmanship then, and even the sets are kind of cool. And also the green screen with the giants is convincing enough for what to do at the time. The only costume problem I had was just seeing the people underneath the owl costumes, but even other than that, I think that those elements are well done, and I quite like that bridge. That's that felt like a proper landmark being interacted, so that was kind of cool. And a lot of on-set filmmaking. In fact, where did they film it? So BBC Silverchair filming locations. I could do this with the others actually. Peak Cavern, Haddon Hall, Bakewell, Derbyshire, and Duchy of Lancaster. Oh my gosh, is that why I recognise some of these locations? Oh my gosh. I know Bakewell. I've heard of that name. Yeah, because Bakewell is part of Derby, or at least nearby it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Anyway, what about the others? So BBC, Prince Caspian, filming locations. Some of the similar locations. Wolfwood Haven, Hawkstone Park in Shropshire, Ealing Studios, so there must be some generated sets from time to time. Isle of Scilly and Pembroke Castle, Arley Railway train station. Oh no, Arley Railway Station and Tresco Island. Alright, I don't know an awful lot of that. Right, time for the Dawn Treader. I think this might be the most interesting one. BBC Dawn Treader. Milford Haven abroad. Okay, Tresco, Isle of Scilly. Okay. Oh, and Wales and Ealing Studios again. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of the coastal areas in the Dawn Treader did have the English flavour. Because in the trilogy it was a bit more exotic. Assuming that was being filmed in various locations. You know, that beach, that felt like a miniature island by the Maldives or something, but I really doubt that was the case. But yeah, I do remember a lot of it was filmed in New Zealand because you know, it's a really good filming location. But oh my gosh, if this was just Derby's an area I'm quite familiar of. Could it be like some of the hills I've no, some of the hills uh I really don't know. Because we're talking about like the first half of the film. Could it be the river? Because it looked like the Dovedale River. Um, but yeah, I'm really not sure. But what else to conclude? So the stone giants were in the boulders. So yeah, they were just only in there in the scene for seconds. The giants I wasn't too keen on. You know, like I said, they had like a cheesiness to them, which I wasn't so keen on. It felt like a bit of an over the top theatre performance. I know that these adaptations are a bit more theatre inspired or more theatre like with the approach, but yeah, I wasn't really that keen on the giants, and they didn't always like felt like giants. You know, like once again, you know, once upon a time, you know, they hired actors that were quite hefty, so it worked. And not to mention, in Once Upon a Time, when one of the giants was human sized, you know, you're still like a a broad bloke, so he still felt like a giant even though he shrank. So um, yeah, it just goes to show that you can't just make people big and then you know there you go, we have giants. You know, I feel like there has to be more attention to them. How even Jack and the Beanstalk was my final like school play before leaving, and funny enough, it was one of my mates who played the giant, and he did a lot of effort with had massive boots and overalls, and yeah, he did make himself look quite hefty, and yeah, and because funny enough, there's this he comes from like the corridors and then he walks along the crowd, and yeah, it's like one of the best like intros ever. And then he goes around the crowd, and yeah, he has like his own musical number. Because I do remember that. Strangely enough, I still remember that day where, because nobody ever like talked about being a giant. I was a prop set person, so I didn't really want to act. Which, oh my gosh, hang on. So in my primary school, I there was certificates etc. Me used into like drama, but I didn't fancy doing that play for some reason. I was just relegated to a prop person, and then my shyness increased at a point where I just liked drama in secondary school and onwards. So what on earth happened to me? Anyway, so that's a story for another day. But yeah, back then, I think that there was like talks about who could be Jack or the mum, etc. And I remember the two of them who wore a cow costume. The two front, two back kind of approach. But yeah, nobody really thought about being the giant. So when my matey was like, "Oh, I could be the giant. Shall I just read it out and see how it goes?" And the teacher's like, "Yeah, sure." And then they were like, "Oh, you know what? You could work. No one else is offering, then you could be the giant." And so yeah, and funny enough, oh yeah, because in the end of school Oscars thingy, they were like, "Oh, who has the best performance?" I'm nominated my mate, so he was still nominated by a large portion, but someone else won. Too bad. I think. I guess she did have like some of the more memorable delivery bits and bobs. What was that line about the beans? I'm not sure, but yeah, I voted for my mate, and so yeah. Anyway, so that's a big tangent, wasn't there? Anyway, yeah, I think that's a story for another time. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun stories which I could share, but even then, I've got one more planned commentary, and I've kind of run out of other film ideas to do. I might do the Water Horse, the Peter Jackson one, because I felt like that hasn't really been talked about. And there's, I think that's it. Because I am going to go back into animating again, and yeah, because I got the novel commentaries too, which have been worked on. But other than that, I think everything else has been released, updated, and fixed in editing, or as much fixed as possible. And yeah, I better address the elephant in the room. So yeah, fortunately, I have been a bit quiet from time to time, and yeah, it's just because they're just because with how about the dialogue is like, they just, because I'm just like trying to work out what they're planning and what is going on and what the signs were, and it's only when looking back I'm starting to see more about what the story is about, and granted it felt less episodic compared to the Dawn Treader, but I guess I still kind of like how how this adaptation in particular is kind of careful with the scenes. Very brief in the school, brief adventure, then they meet Tom Baker, then explore some scenery, then encounter the Giant's Castle. They're not far. Oh, hang on, no, hang on. I just saw a problem. Outside when it said under me written in stone, so it meant that they went for that specific cave thinking they will then go down somewhere. I don't think they expected the slope, but I think they still expected an entrance, so they thought still going down there, and then how it gets them away from the visitors, assuming that's the right breed. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I knew there was something not quite right, thinking, oh, they've just gone for a random cove. So no, it's not convenience. Sorry about that. I've had to put a disclaimer ahead of time. But yeah, what I was gonna say, there's not much any, Narnians in this film either. It kind of reminds me of the Dawn Treader, where, there's Rupert Cheap and the dragon, and then that's it. But in this one, they do have, well, we still can other creatures, the giants and those massive statues with the boulders, and then there's those being underground, and then there's a non-water serpent because there's multiple types of serpents across fiction, and so yeah, I think there's a bit more variety compared to the Dawn Treader, but um, the first two adaptations, had way more variety, involved in the story. But yeah, I think a lot of this was quite dialogue heavy because in line with the wardrobe, like there were a lot of talkative scenes, especially in the Beaver's hut, but um, they were just like few and far between, and a lot of it was, they did attempt as much as possible to, whilst catching us up, there's a sense of adventure, and a lot of scenes were, I think they were quite snappy going from one to the next, and I think the Prince Caspian did well enough with that too, and with the Dawn Treader only being a tad slower. But yeah, this one, um, yeah, I'm just like really fascinated. Like what were the children's reactions, to these adaptations. Um, Although it was a different time back then, I think this would be some of the most impressive stuff that we're watching on TV. So I can see how they would be quite drawn, because it would be kind of similar to the likes of the Never-Ending Story. That's an adventure kind of story, kind of similar-ish, except this has a lower budget and way more lore, I can imagine. Because I've never really seen the Never-Ending Story, but it didn't really have a complicated lore, did it? I might be wrong. I just remembered there's 3 parts, isn't it? Um, yeah, maybe I could give them some watch one day. I don't know about a commentary though. I just have to find out where they are. Um, so yeah, it did. Yeah, it felt. Yeah, I think there was a lot of times where yeah, they could have like quickened um, up a lot of moments and make other elements a bit more exciting. Like for instance, if when talking about the planning in that, why not use props to improvise? Like, do you remember in that Doctor Who episode where David Tennant, grabbed the mug and the pencil, to explain like some of the science? Like, it's a bit daft, but I feel like bits and bobs help, like with the engagement to help us picture things, because you can't just have them sit in a room talking, because or like standing around, because it doesn't yeah, because it doesn't that doesn't always engage kids. Like if the characters like still exploring or walking about. Although I think one good example in a specific film is that when they were climbing up to trying to find a way to how to unlock the door, and also seeing out the window trying to work out where they want to go to next. Like I think that's a one good example where there's enough engagement, but yeah, it did just feel quite lengthy at times. But like I said, it is just the the adaptation's own approach, and it's probably just me not being used to that kind of approach, which I feel like really bad. Um, with like all of the science and trying in my head being too slow to work out all of it because because with How Faithful of the Eye, they are rather solid stories. C.S. Lewis is that's he's looked back quite fondly, and he's really, like, really talented and really imaginative. Um, so I just I wished um, yeah um, sorry, I just like losing my words. I just wished my paying attention kind of skills were going faster, I suppose. Um, I just felt like honestly, no, I don't know how to describe it. I'm just kind of rambling on, Ty. But I think that that is pretty much it. I think all I can say is that the prince and the villain we don't know an awful lot about, and whilst they, the main focus was on those characters, although actually no, we did learn eventually about what the main motivation of the villain was, and oh, I can't believe I was calling the prince like the main villain earlier. That's me being slow again, and we do quite extensive seeing the prince as well, seeing what he's like, and he does turn around rather quickly, and I do kind of like that fake out where once he is free, it looks like he's going to strike the others, but no, he decides to go for the chair as well, which something quite satisfying about that. And the silver chair is quite an entity, so it's a good title for this specific film, even if the chair didn't really get mentioned much, but never mind. I think that's all I can say for this one. I think like if giving this another watch, I think I would be able to understand the lot way more. And not to mention, when I was watching these films, I was trying to figure out, is there like an overarching story or parts, that it can connect, like any Easter eggs that eventually pay off. And aside from a couple, not really. They're just very focused on just telling each individual story. Um, but I think it was quite an experience, watching all of these BBC adaptations. I think like if I was like young back in the 80s then, or late 80s, I feel like I'll probably enjoy them because I think when I was a kid, I did used to sit down and watch. I think I was just drawn to TVs that much, and I'm still am. But obviously, I've grown up a lot more, so I do think way more about what I'm watching and trying to explain if something is vibing with me or not. And um, so in terms of rankings, so I definitely like What Line with Your Wardrobe the best, and probably followed by Prince Caspian, even if that was kind of cut short. But I still like the brevity of it. And although do I prefer Silverchair more or Dawn Treader more? Um, I think Silverchair is actually probably better structured. Even if it did feel slower at times, I just felt like a lot of it paid off, and I knew where the climax was. And and also when going down to the cave, that's like the low point, and the midpoint was seeing the giant's house, and there was that. Although here's the other thing, if Prince Caspian and Dawn Treader were placed, almost like a part one, then a part two, was that meant to be like part of the structure? No, not really, because they're individual books. They had like their own endings and that. So yeah, and Although could I feel like despite how I rank these, I think they're all kind of close together because they all have like similar well done filmmaking qualities and all have their standout story moments. Because I think because we're also familiar of Language Wardrobe, it's just like the easiest to track and see how they approached it. Um, but it was very cool to see what the others were like and how the trilogy made all sorts of changes to make it fit in a film format. Um, so I think yeah, I think we'll stop there, but won't we? Like I say, I guess it was, like I said, really cool to see Tom Baker and something else. I really want to watch him in other things. Yeah, there's not a lot of actors that I like at a point where I want to see him or her in other things. It's yeah, I like having that kind of investment. But yeah, I wonder what Tom Baker did in between that and after finishing up too. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, he was like rather good, wasn't he? But everyone else was rather good. Yeah, even all of the kid actors. Yeah, they did really well. And yeah, anyway, yeah, I better stop rambling. So yeah, I'll see you in the animated version of the first story. So yeah, I'll see you then.